Good morning, ARBC friends and family. I hope that each of you is having a wonderful beginning of the week. I've enjoyed seeing pictures of many of you enjoying the outdoors in the middle of all the difficult things that we have been experiencing. It is refreshing to see the ways that people are embracing their time with one another. I recently started a Bible study over Zoom with a friend who lives a few states away. This is definitely a bright part of these times for me, connecting with people in ways that we were not taking advantage of before. The study we chose to do together is called Just Open the Door, a study of biblical hospitality. As many of you know, radical hospitality is one of the key initiatives at ARBC. Hospitality is one of those things that we just do really well, and we're working on new ways to expand that important truth that we hold. And the study begins with a look at Matthew 22, verses 36 through 40, a well-known passage. "Teacher, which commandment in the law is the greatest?" he said to him. "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. And a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets." What are ways that we are loving our neighbors these days? At first, it can seem pretty hard when we are needing to practice social distancing. In the study, one of the speakers talked about how there was a time when she was going through a difficult season, and a friend brought her over a loaf of bread and said, "I don't know what to say, but I brought this for you." The speaker mentioned how this simple act of kindness was so profound. What simple kindness could we be doing to love our neighbors during this time? Many of you are writing notes. I've been the grateful recipient of a few of those well-timed words. That's a great example of a simple act of kindness, encouraging others. People in our neighborhood and many others have been shopping for those who do not feel comfortable or safe going into a grocery store. It's so encouraging to see so many people finding ways to be helpers. I've always appreciated what Fred Rogers said about being little and seeing scary things and how his mom told him to look for the helpers. I think this is one key way that we can see God at work in difficult times. We look for those helpers and we make efforts to be those helpers. It's great to have the idea and desire to be hospitable, but if we lack the follow-through, we miss the boat. So friends, what can we do to be helpers today? Well, supporting our ministry partners like IHN with a small monetary gift is a great way to love our neighbor. Samaritan House is in need of many items, with a growing number of people needing their services and fewer donations. This is a great need and a very tangible way to love your neighbor. Here are some things that they are currently needing: pasta, dry beans, rice, peanut butter, canned meat or tuna, cereal, baby food, and also some non-food items like deodorant, bar, soap, dish soap, shampoo, toothpaste, and other similar items. These can be dropped off to the Samaritan House on Thursdays between 9 a.m. and 12 noon. You know, we do so much with Samaritan House during the year, and when we're able to gather together, this is one way that we can make a difference right now. Another thing that's going on is this week we're going to be beginning to distribute some yard signs to our congregation. We hope that you will find a way that is allowable by your neighborhood covenants to display these proudly as a reminder to you that you are loved. We also hope that by simply displaying these in your yard, on your door, in your windows, that your neighbors will also be reminded that they too are loved. A simple action, but you never know who might desperately need to see it. Thank you for finding ways to love your neighbor, practice hospitality in new and exciting ways, and for continuing to be the hands and feet of Christ.